Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good evening. It is the Lions Fan Cave Chat. I am trying to get a couple of guys in. I'm even inviting a couple of Bears fans because what the heck, we are playing the Bears.
Hello, everybody.
Nobody's in the chat yet. Wow.
Thank you for
But we have
joining
9
us.
people watching already. Thank you for joining us from whatever channel you're at, which is the Huddle Sports Network, our network, and the Vikings page on Twitter is blowing up. Thank you, Rob Haskell, for letting me go live. I am glad your daughter is home and safe after what happened the other night. Prayers up. I hope she gets well soon. I'm glad she's stable and home.
Yes.
She was involved in a car accident the other night.
Prayers. Fast healing.
Nick Burton, if you're watching, thank you for updating me about your dad having his pacemaker put in today. I'm glad he's doing well. That being said, we got the injury report today. We know who's out automatically. And there's one more that's not added on here because this came out before the news broke at 12:30. So Anzalone's out. He did not pass concussion protocol. Tristan Colon is out with his wrist. Thomas Harper did not pass concussion protocol. He's out. Ali McNeil is out with an abdomen injury. Penei Sewell is out with his ankle injury. And Giovanni Manu will not play this weekend because he was not activated off the IR because he did not pass his physical. So it looks like it's going to be Mahogany, Decker, Glasgow, Ratledge, and probably Dan Skipper at right tackle. Amon-Ra, they're saying it's a 99% chance he plays because he refuses to sit.
Yep.
That being said, here we are, talking Lions football once again. So, Will, what do you think about that news with everything?
It sucks about Penei Sewell. I know the Lions are out of the playoffs, but I love seeing Penei Sewell out there blocking and protecting, and he's one of the best O-linemen out there, and he's so much fun to watch, and he's a valuable presence that is going to be missing from a Lions potent offense.
By the way, they moved Darnell Washington to tight end with Pittsburgh, and they made a misnomer in the stats. They said he was 6'6" and 265. I was right. He's still at the offensive tackle is his natural position. He's 6'6" and 315. He did not magically lose 50 pounds because he switched positions.
He's the guy from Georgia, right?
Right.
I remember him. Yep. Yeah. You can't just magically lose 50 pounds if you switch positions.
Yeah, I know. Because they were saying they were trying to figure out why the Lions defensive player bounced off of him. I said, well, if you were a tree trunk, I'd bounce off of you too.
Right, baby. Right. Yeah, I remember good old Darnell Washington. Yeah, but let's see what else. Anzalone, he's one of the most fun players to watch on that defense. Let's see. Yeah, those are the only two that, like, everyone else I like, but not as much as Anzalone and Penei.
Well, the funny thing about Anzalone, do you realize he has 60 less tackles this season than Jack Campbell?
Wow.
We're talking about a guy that was a team leader 3 years in a row, and this year he's leading in a stat we didn't want him to lead in again.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Missed tackles. We got Dave Eastman and Paul Jones watching on the Kneecap Biting Network on Facebook. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. This one's for you because it is Paul Jones. Paul Jones.
What? You heard him. It's Paul Jones.
I know he'll pop in the chat here. It's good that Amon Ra is playing, but you know that Monty and Gibbs is playing. Hopefully we use Monty more than we have been. Paul Jones!
What?
Nice.
But Amon Ra is playing this weekend. We are using our starters. Hey, that's the best time to watch. You know, I love getting
That's what I do sometimes.
I know you've actually popped in or commented while you're at work.
Yeah. My coworkers are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, watching something. They're like, "Get off your phone." I'm like, "Shut up."
So, happy. I think you said you were celebrating an anniversary with your significant other, Paul Jones. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. Last night, it was Scott Morganroth and Candy Ebling's anniversary.
Very nice.
And that is why Fire Up went live from my channel. And that's why I had Adam from Sports Talking It and Big Rich Richardson. Both of them are Steelers fans from Driving to the Top Network, and we were discussing the Hall of Fame inductees, Super Bowl winning players, coaches, and teams, and how Tom Brady has more individual Super Bowl rings than any team in the NFL.
Yep. Yes, he does.
It's a funny stat. It really is.
Oh, it is. It is.
This is what, Super Bowl 60 now? Or 59?
Oh, I think
Steve
it is.
Bauer.
What's up, Steve?
Good to see you. And here it is. There's your injury report. Anzalone out. Tristan Colon out. Thomas Harper out. Ali McNeil out. Panay Sewell out. And also Giovanni Manu, as I broke at 12:30 today, is out.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 players out.
But yeah, it is a crazy stat that Brady has more rings than.
After the show earlier, I did do a mock draft, and I was showing Will. I decided to finally accept trades because normally I just pick the picks, and it turned out pretty damn good.
It did.
That was my first trade. I figured I'd do the Brad Holmes thing and trade back with within the division, and it worked out pretty good because I got 2 picks later and a 3rd round pick back. And then in the 4th round, I traded back and got an extra 7.
Yep.
So the final tally, I got Francis Mauigoa at 17 instead of 15. I got Akeem Messidor with our 2nd pick because he was still there. He normally is not. Yeah, I hear you. I got Logan Jones out of Iowa, who was the Remington Award winner and on the award-winning offensive line in NCAA this season. Logan Jones. I was able with that first pick that I traded back with in the 4th to still get Jalen Kilgore. I took Hosea Trotter. Yes, younger brother and son of Jeremiah Trotter. You know, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is his older brother. I got Domani Jackson out of Alabama, Jamon Tapp out of Southern Miss, the guy that I talked about as another edge for depth. Judge Collier out of South Carolina, who is a nickel corner who also plays safety. So he's more on the Kirby mode. He's got the in-air defense, whereas Jalen Kilgore is more of the Brian Branch heavy hitter type of safety. Kendall Daniels, who's a converted safety that now plays Oklahoma, called the cheetah position, and then Trey Zune for depth at offensive guard. What do you think of that draft, Will?
I like it. I like it a lot. You addressed positions we need and depth we needed, and yeah, it's a good draft. It's a really good draft.
Right. If our safeties are doing good enough, Collier can man the nickel. We don't need Amika Robertson back.
Nope. No, you
Because
don't.
who would you rather have? 6'2" and 210 or 5'8" and $180?
6'2".
Yeah, that's what Judge Collier is. He's 6'2" and 210 as a corner.
5'8" is way too small for me.
Well, we saw what happens when he faces the taller receivers. He got torched. He's not an outside wide corner. We knew that, but he did play it occasionally for the Raiders. He did well there, but he did not do well for us. Why? This is the black and blue division for a reason. We all beat up on each other. Look how many teams here.
Yep.
Yes, I did see his numbers in the weight room. He's strong as hell. He was a powerlifting champ in high school.
Gotta love that.
For the deadlift.
Yeah, what Iowa was really good at producing is O-linemen, tight ends, and occasionally a linebacker, a la Jack Campbell.
And he was here with Jack Campbell. He's a former teammate of Jack Campbell's because he was a redshirt senior this year.
And I guarantee you, Jack Campbell's gonna talk to the Holmes and Campbell and say, "Hey, look at this kid."
Yeah, I like that center from Indiana too, but you're right. He's only a sophomore. He can't come out.
Yeah. Yeah, teams are going to clamor for him next year, though.
But let's say we don't get Logan Jones, but we do something else. We do make the restructures we talked about with Goff and Aleem. Let's say Glasgow and Decker both retire. Hallelujah. Because that'll free up a bunch of cap space. And we get Tyler Linderbaum.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome.
I can help bench him as I accidentally shit my pants.
Oh, God. So what you're telling me is you pulled the James Houston.
Yeah. He lifted so hard he sharded.
He snarted. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, Steve. Hey, look at this. We got Woody coming in. Let's let me change the view here, Woody.
No.
There we go.
Yeah,
you're in.
We're done. Go.
How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there. How's everybody?
Fantastic. Welcome to the Lions Fan Cave chat. I already gave the bad news about who's out for the Lions. I don't know if you saw that today.
No, I didn't take a
Alex
look at that.
Anzalone, Tristan Colon, Thomas Harper, Aleem McNeil, and Panay Sewell. Giovanni Manu was not able to pass his physical, so he does not return from the IR on his 21st day.
Oh boy.
So we're going to have Dan Skipper at right tackle.
Hopefully says he's eligible when he's in there. Go ahead.
No, he'll actually be a tackle this time. He won't be able to be. He'll have to start. Panay Sewell's out.
All right.
So our starting O-line is going to end up being Decker, Mahogany, Glasgow, Christian Mahogany, Tate Ratledge, and Dan Skipper.
Well, we have our own stuff. But I want Bears to win every week, of course.
I know you do.
Aren't
you down Odunze and Burden this week?
Not Burden. Odunze, he's questionable. He didn't practice all week. But if I were the Bears, see, this is the thing. I ask all Bears fans when they message me, I'm like, who would you rather play first round? I mean, even though Rams have a better all-around team, with them coming to Chicago in these sub-degree weather degrees, I'd rather play the Rams. But this would happen in 2012 when the Eagles were playing Green Bay in the playoffs, and those are my two most hated teams in this whole country.
And you were praying that both of them would get hit by a meteor.
Right. So Green Bay won. So Green Bay won and came back and smacked the Bears. So you got to beware what you wish for.
Right.
So Woody, I wanted to ask you. I know it's early to tell. Was drafting Odunze, what was he, 12 or number 10, the right pick at that time, or would have you gone like O-line?
Well, he was 9, pick number 9. That was more like a want, or it's a want, not a need. I wanted Jared Verse or Dallas Turner that year for edge rusher. Yeah, it's been working out. Dunze is probably, he's been out, so DJ Moore has obviously more yards. But I could imagine if we had Jared Verse on this team. It's wow, amazing. He's working out, and but I wanted an edge rusher. I wanted Dallas Turner or Jared Verse that draft.
And if I remember right, Jared Verse went ahead of you. Right?
What's that?
Either Verse or
Jared
Turner.
Verse it wasn't Jared Verse the only defensive lineman that went in the top 10 picks?
No, I think didn't he go 12?
Oh yeah, that's right. He went 12. It was Turner that went first then, right? One of them went first. I know one of them guys were gone. So you were left with one or the other. You were left with the one and couldn't get him because they decided to go wide receiver. Because I remember because I would do my own draft shows, and that's the year I was at the draft. If I remember right, that was 2024, right, in Detroit.
Right.
Yep.
And answer Paul, comment to Paul Jones is, you let me know when was the last time Stafford did good in the snow in Chicago. I believe maybe the last time they played, he threw 4 interceptions when he was with Detroit. I'm not sure if that was the last game, but I do remember that game.
Yeah, it was either 2019 or 2020.
Right. So it's not only just the quarterback; it's going to be the team. It's not. I believe that it's not one man to make a team. So I think but I'm better off. I'd rather play the Rams and then Green Bay. But if we win or the Eagles lose, we'll be playing Green Bay first round.
That will be an interesting game.
Yeah. So it's going to be. And JB, since you have the computer, when was it wouldn't be 3 times in 1 year. It's January. I'm gonna say, when was the last time somebody beat team 3 times in 1 year? But it wouldn't be. It'll be January.
They were not. It was Philadelphia, if you remember right. The year that they made it as a wild card when Dallas won the division, all 3 of their losses that year came from Philly.
Right. So it shows how weak that division is. That's another that's another scary team too. I hate to say it, the Eagles, because they're probably they're probably in the NFC, and I'm even surpassing the Niners in Seattle. I think the Eagles, if the Rams go to the NFC Championship game against Philly, I think Philly is the only team that matches up best against the Rams. I was just, thinking about this stuff the last couple days. So, but Philly they're going to end up playing the Rams if we win on Sunday or they lose.
I'd rather play Green Bay if I'm Chicago. The Bears are better at every position except running back.
Whoa. Well, I wouldn't go very far on that running back. We got 2 running backs over 700 yards. I put Bears running backs over Green Bay's right now. Right now they have great young receivers like Watson. They killed us in Green Bay, Watson and Reed. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Bears have better running backs than Green Bay?
I think it's on par.
They're on par. I agree.
And the reason why is Josh Jacobs is way better than Swift, in my opinion. when he's healthy. And that's the key word right now.
When healthy, yep.
And the weather is supposed to be 30 degrees and windy, just like it's supposed is what I heard.
Yep.
Dan Campbell and the Lions do care. If you listen to the players, they all said, hey, I'm paid to do my job. I'm willing to go out there and play the game. They want to win. Will they win? That's another question, because we don't know, because we've had the Jekyll and Hyde of Lions from first half to second half.
Yep.
And plus the Bears are going out. Plus the Bear. I mean, this is what I don't believe about sitting players going into the playoffs. That's why I didn't want the number 1 seed. That plain and simple. Even though we got the refs, it was the Bears versus the 49ers and refs on Sunday night. But anyway, who's complaining? I don't believe. I usually believe it's the hottest team going into the playoffs. It's usually the wild card team. 49ers are probably one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs, but I think you're going for number
49ers and Seahawks both. If you think about it, the Seahawks haven't lost a road game in 2 seasons since last time they lost at Detroit.
Right.
Yep.
And people are forgetting this. They are an excellent road team, and picking against them on the road has not bode well for other teams. Even though Brock Purdy is 6-0 since he came off of his injury.
Plus the Seattle Seahawks fans, they travel well.
They do.
They're only a state down.
They're no longer able to call themselves the 12th man because it was sued over the Texas Tech, because those guys have been the 12th man even before the Seahawks existed. So now they're called the 12.
Oh God,
it's so stupid.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game too. I'm going to pull for Seattle, because if San Francisco wins, they have such an advantage, because they can play 5 straight home games, including the Super Bowl.
Right. And that's well, no, they only have to play 3, including the Super Bowl.
In a row?
Yeah, because they'll get a week off.
Right.
Both games tomorrow are going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yes. You got the Wills Panthers going into Tampa with a chance to win the division.
I think we win that game in a close one.
I think you do too, for one reason. They just lost James Dean, and they lost another defensive back to injury. They're out this week.
Yep. And Tristan Wirfs is playing with turf too.
And it's bad enough that the guy that almost retired 3 years ago and has been languishing on practice squads the last 2 years, JPP, John Pierre Paul, was activated off the practice squad.
Oh God.
So all 7.5 of his fingers are going to be playing that day?
Yeah, yes. All 7.5 of his fingers.
Good. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Well, I know it's all, people believe it's all scripted.
Remember, out of the last 10 people that had the 1 seed, and 3 of them are the same team, it's 7-3 is the record. And the Chiefs are no longer in the playoffs.
Yep.
So that means technically you can only count 7 of them. You can't count the 3 that the Chiefs won, right? So it's 4-3.
Yep.
That even the, for everybody else, that kind of evened the odds out, because guess where all the losses came in the 1 seed, NFC side.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shock to see both number 1 seeds last year eliminated this year.
And the 1 and 2 seed transposed to 3rd and 4th in our division.
Yep. Worst to first.
What's funny is they're not getting that stadium in Arlington Heights because the state's blocking them. It's not even the NFL.
It's all leverage.
Because they want them just to refurbish Soldier Field again. And the Bears don't want to do that. They don't want to sink their own money into a stadium that's falling apart, because it's been costing them almost $1 billion a year just to upkeep it. They want to get to one where the cost is down, like with Ford Field. That's how they were able to sink money into events and charities and everything else more since William Clay Ford put took us out of Pontiac Silverdome that was becoming an eyesore and starting to need all those repairs over the years, and built Ford Field. And I had somebody say, why do they not? Why do they always use turf at Ford Field? Because we have that translucent type of dome where it allows natural light in, which allows UV rays in, which means technically you could grow grass,
Hmm.
and they could do it. The thing is, with the grass, you would have to stop watering it on Saturday morning and let it dry out for 2 days, or dry out the 2 days before the game.
Well, so then Siri will have to go in and for a little overtime and turn the sprinklers off.
Right. Andrew Crosby, get your ass up and do your job.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Love you, Andrew Crosby. He's a great man.
Yeah, he is. I don't. I had when I worked at the dealership, I had a guy come in looking for a truck, and he works out in Chicago. He's construction and all that stuff. And he told me about a year and a half ago, and I told Ken this and all the Mike Carrico and stuff, that don't get your hopes on Arlington Heights. Even though they own that land, it's going to be used as leverage. Nobody believed me at all. Nobody. And as soon as they said about Arlington Heights, I said, I don't believe anything until that ground is broken.
That's because the World Cup and FIFA require grass, whether it's an indoor stadium or outdoor. Soccer is very strict about that. They do not want their players getting hurt because of turf.
Yep.
And it makes a lot of sense because soccer has no padding whatsoever except for the goalie's gloves the gloved hands that they wear. So they are more prone to injury and have more career-ending injuries than football has, believe it or not,
Maybe
because there are no pads.
Maybe Dobbs should have used those goalie gloves and he could have got that onside kick. Oh, I didn't blame. Sorry, Vinny. Sorry, Vinny. Is that too early? I'm sorry.
I thought it bounced off his Guardian cap.
Yeah, that was just a strange play all around.
You sure it didn't bounce off of that?
Oh my God. You got to imagine if
His
those
ego is up.
Yeah, if that slows receivers down. I mean, I see some defensive linemen have it. Demarcus Robinson for the Bears has it. On his helmet too, and I was like, what the okay, as long as it works, I guess. Safety.
So my YouTube is finally taking off. I don't know if you saw that little thing I posted into the chat. The week of Christmas, I had 10.5K views on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So there is something to the editing. That was not even right, man.
Oh, Steve and I go. Steve and I go way back because he's a Notre Dame lover. My 3 college teams I can't stand: Penn State, Notre Dame, Alabama. That's my order. And
Paul
Steve
Jones,
loves. Yeah,
you're speaking gospel right here. You know which was the first outdoor stadium to have that new slit turf that everybody's using right now, the synthetic grass? It's the stadium I call the Field of Knees, MetLife.
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times.
Since it was built and they put that slit turf in, do you know how many knees it has claimed, including this year, from all teams combined?
Multiple.
63 ACLs alone. That's not including Achilles. That's not including calf strains. That's not including hamstrings. 63 ACLs. I call it the Field of Knees.
Well, the Field of Needs back then used to be the Vet. I remember because I'm 45 minutes from Philly, and in 1996 I went to a Bears E-Girls game, and I was up top cheering my ass off, blah blah blah, and Wendell Davis goes straight down the middle, wide open. That field turf took both of his knees out, ended his career. He was wide open. So I'm just glad they fixed the Vet because that field was terrible.
Yeah,
But MetLife, I've been there plenty of times.
MetLife had the same problem that the Memorial Stadium did there in Philly. Poor drainage. But the difference is that was grass, so it would just turn to mud. But that's still, if you didn't have the right type of cleats on when it got wet, you were screwed. That was the home field advantage for Philly.
Yeah, it's ugh.
So, but yes, there's way more lower leg injuries across the board. And if you look at all the teams that have a high amount of ACLs and Achilles tears, guess what's in common with all of them right now? Turf.
So it's more than turf toe now.
Right. It's not just turf toe was just a thing in the 80s and 90s, and now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Go Pack, I'll go. Go Pack, go.
It's good old Vinny.
Yeah, I know Vinny. I had him on here once. Next week on Wednesday, when we do the playoff preview, I would love for you to join Ken and I Wednesday night on the roundtable talk. I'd love Vinny to join us because he's in the playoffs. I'm going to try to get a representative from every playoff team. Does anybody think the Steelers are going to beat the Ravens?
Yes. I don't. Lamar's playing, even though he's been, struggling. I don't know. That game kind of scares me a little bit. If I'm a Steelers fan, they're all high after last week's win and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb because I'm a Pennsylvania team hater. But if I had to go with a Pennsylvania team, it would be all Pittsburgh. I have a feeling that Baltimore is going to make this a close game and pull it out at the end. I just have that feeling.
I tried to jinx it last week for you because every time I picked the Bears to win early in the season, they lost. I mean, I didn't pick them versus my Lions, but they were losing.
Right.
So I did the reverse psychology thing the last few weeks. And it worked until you face San Francisco.
Oh my God. It just, I can't, those two missed calls were big because they turned into touchdowns. And hey, listen, I don't blame the refs at all and stuff like that but that's two big touchdowns and that one interception that, hey, listen, when you're at the 6-yard line, okay, and you hit the receiver off the line, that's not illegal contact, even though it's at the 5-yard line. So he intercepted the ball, and then that got called. The next play, touchdown.
If Harbaugh does not win this weekend and win the division, he was told his job's in jeopardy. And I think that's why the week before he said, oh shit, it's time for me to use King Henry the way King Henry's supposed to be used.
Right.
And they won that game. The Steelers had a chance to beat the Browns and lost.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the division is sitting where this game is so monumental. But
that's
I still think NFL got it wrong.
And that's
Ravens at Steelers should have been Saturday night, and Seahawks at San Francisco should have been Sunday Night Football.
I agree.
That's why I don't.
He may retire. I don't think he's going to be fired. I think he'll either die from eating too many cheeseburgers or retire.
So who becomes Nagy or Spagnuolo? Who do you think?
I think Spagnuolo will get that job because Matt Nagy's just a clipboard holder, and he was awful at Chicago.
And me and you all agree that everybody else is Matt Nagy. Everybody.
No, I agree with Spags. Spags deserves a job.
I mean, he did a crappy job when he was a Giants head coach, but they had a terrible freaking team.
Right.
But
it's no different than when Jim Schwartz was here with the Lions. Finally gets us good. We get riddled with injuries, and he goes 8-8, and we fire him for Jim Caldwell. And I hated Caldwell. You can ask anybody that knows me. I call him Jim Scaldwell because of his play calling. He play calls like Kyle Scamahan.
And I wanted to address Vinny. Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to say too about the Steelers. No Metcalf.
Right.
Last week's game. They missed him. They can't. Gainwell can't do it all. Warren's a hell of a runner. Gainwell's a hell of a player, and they got Freiermuth too. But above that, no.
JB,
that's why that game scares me.
JB, I want to ask your opinion on this. If Tampa loses tomorrow, do you fire Todd Bowles?
I don't think so.
That's awesome that Cole Van Lannon got his deal because they were worried that they weren't going to be able to do it. They wanted to keep it at an amount under $20 million a year, and at 3 year, $51 million, they hit their numbers they wanted. Thank you, John Dorn, for the update.
Thank you, John.
But with Todd Bowles, though, with how many injuries on that team, I mean, Godwin was hurt half the year. Evans was out. Bucky Irvin was out. I mean, injuries are part of the game, yes, but it shouldn't be an impact to keep a coach or not the next year. I say Tampa keeps Todd Bowles.
I think they will too, because he does have 2 years left on his 3-year contract that he just signed this offseason. Yep. I think if they get there and go one and done again, I think then you'll start hearing the rumblings that he's on the hot seat next year. Mm-hmm. I think that's 100% valid. If they don't win, he'll be on the hot seat going in. And if the Panthers win, they're in.
Yeah, win the division.
If the Bucks and Falcons both win, they're in. But I don't see the Falcons winning this weekend, unfortunately.
I didn't see the Falcons beating the Rams too last week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just think the Panthers need to control their own destiny. Dave Canales has done wonders. If you look at Bryce Young's numbers compared to the last 2 seasons, he's been great. 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 2-1. For a third-year guy that's learning the system, that's not bad.
Yep.
And I liked in the draft that, and nobody agreed on me this either. McMillan, the wide receiver from Carolina.
Yeah, no,
he's a great young receiver. Carolina's a great young team. Yeah, and even though the Bears, totally, Ben Johnson changed our team, Carolina's got to be right up there with Jacksonville as well for biggest surprises.
Look at Jalen Coker.
Yeah, to get out of Holy Cross last year, a guy that I said was a great sleeper pick that I wanted, and he went to the Panthers in 2024. And everybody says, "How do you know about this guy?" I said, "Because I watch game film. I watch teams.
Yeah.
I watch all the stupid bowl games that nobody else watches. That's why I'm able to do a comprehensive breakdown of somebody's game and give strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that before they ever hit an NFL field."
Well, even though he won the Heisman, I don't know how Mendoza is going to do in the NFL.
Mendoza doesn't want to come out if the Raiders have the first pick.
I just don't know how
he'll come out. I don't know how he won't. He's staying in because they're in the playoffs. That's what you don't want
to be a Bradford and get injured, So I see him play. He's mobile, but he's not like obviously Lamar.
That's
he's nobody's like.
If Harbaugh gets fired, like Tomlin, who is more defensive than offensive, they will be a DC somewhere real fast. That's all I got to say. And let's say if Spags becomes a first-time head coach again, with the Chiefs, don't be surprised if Harbaugh goes right there.
Yeah.
I think it would be a match made in heaven.
Yep. So we'll see.
But I heard that the Giants are big on Jeff Hafley of the Packers to be their next head coach.
Ooh, wow.
Jesus Christ.
So if Hafley goes, you could see him go to be DC of the Packers.
So JB, I asked you this question last week, and you gave me a sort of an answer, but since I have 2 Lions fans on the show here, David Montgomery, is that just rumors, or does he really want to get out?
Rumors.
He hasn't said one thing about wanting out. He liked someone's comment on a post. That's all it was.
So he didn't erase his Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. Okay, I got you, because I didn't see it either. But yeah, I don't know.
No,
I think he won't be a head coach right away. Mm-hmm. Like most coaches that get fired, they don't normally jump from one team to another. They jump to back where they is.
And Vinny has it right on. This is not just Hafley. This is all. coordinators got to stay coordinators or some. Look at Josh
Eventually.
McDaniels. Look at Josh McDaniels. Ruined the Raiders, and he's a hell of an offensive coordinator. Spagnuolo, he was at the Giants, hell of a defensive coordinator. People got to stay. They know where their role.
There's a rumor that if the Bills don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, that they're firing their coaching staff.
McDermott, wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Vrabel also took 2 years off before he went there.
Mhm.
Tennessee had who was that? Bill Cunningham for a year. They had another guy for a year before that. Vrabel was out for 3 years before he became another coach.
And he'll probably be coach of the year, believe it or not.
It's going to be him, Liam Cohen,
Mhm.
Ben Johnson, because you're talking about teams that have gone from worst to first in their division.
Mhm.
JB,
Oh yeah, I 100% think Fernando will be good in the NFL if he doesn't go to the Jets. And that's the thing with the Raiders having the first pick, and this is Dante Moore's redshirt senior year. He does not have another year of eligibility. Fernando Mendoza does as a redshirt junior.
JB, are we going to cover?
Amen.
Are we going to cover the awards on Wednesday when it's award season for the NFL?
Oh yeah, well, I like covering the awards when they're done. I don't like giving predictions because most of us are wrong. And isn't it done between the divisional and the championship round when they do that?
I think
When they do the
so.
award
Right
ceremony?
before, I think it's the week before the Super Bowl.
Or no, it's not during the week of the Pro Bowl. It's in between the divisional round and the conference round that week, if I remember right.
Patty
all I know is if Patriots get far in the playoffs, I think Drake May has his sum up with the MVP of the year. NFL.
Well, it's a regular season award. He's got it right now as it stands.
Yep, that's why I said
the last 3 weeks, Stafford fell off enough that even Goff is tied with him in touchdowns now.
Yeah, I think it goes May and then it goes Knicks at number 2.
And Purdy probably number 3.
Hey, Purdy doesn't have enough games under his belt because he missed most of the season.
Oh right.
Oh, so he's not eligible.
He's not eligible.
So why? Yeah, because I was watching NFL Network and they're saying MVP update and they had Purdy number 2.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Stupid. Let me see.
Oh.
He has to have a minimum amount of games and a minimum amount of minutes. Let me see what he actually has.
Oh, then JB. Then if we need minutes and games, Caleb Williams has that's sewn down as MVP this year.
Are you guys gonna have your first 4,000-yard passer ever?
It could happen. Oh, look at that! He's only played 8 games. You got to have a minimum of 10 games in the regular season to be considered an MVP.
Oh, so he'll be 1 game short.
How many passing yards has Caleb got? Because it could be your first 40 or 4,000-yard passer.
So he needs 270 yards, I believe.
Stafford has falling out of the top 5. He wasn't even listed in the top 5 anymore because of those last 3 pick sixes he had that cost him out of the 3 of the last 4 games.
Let's see what he's at.
I think he's at 37-30.
Let's see. I'm gonna look right now.
37 touchdowns and 30 interceptions for Stafford.
No. 3,700 yards. I think he needs 270 to break 4,000.
Yeah, he is at 37-30. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All you have to do is ask me. You got it.
Good job.
So, I don't know. Mock draft. So here we go.
I don't think he gets
it.
Mock
draft started for me after we lost to the Rams. I knew we weren't going anywhere at that point.
I think we're gonna end up running the ball a lot tomorrow. I don't think he gets it. I think he still beats Eric Kramer's. He needs 109 yards, maybe.
129 yards.
Okay. I think he beats Eric Kramer's tomorrow.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yep,
that's what I thought about Myles Garrett too. I don't want him to break that sack record against us. He got 1.5 out of 3 that he needed.
I have good news for Vikings fans.
That they're going home after this weekend.
Doesn't matter. I think they're winning this week because number one, it's their third string quarterback for Green Bay starting, and number two, Trayvon Diggs this season. Do you know what his QBR against is?
Oh, it's crazy.
That's right. 156.3, a perfect passer rating.
Oh my God.
Oh, we killed him week 3. When I was there.
And we killed him.
Ooh.
We killed
Do
him
you
in our
guys
house.
think someone takes a flyer on Stephon Diggs next year, even with these this whole thing?
Considering there's pictures of the damage to the woman that he choked, hit, and everything else, and there's witnesses giving statements, I don't think he's getting out of this one. I have an interesting factoid for the Patriots. Now that Christian Barrymore has been filed for domestic felony assault, they now have more felony assault charges than they have wins against teams versus over 500.
I saw that. That's
Wow.
crazy.
But he showed up Tuesday. You're telling me he's going to learn and incorporate and be ready to be on the field and make a difference in 3 days?
He's not McCaffrey flying over in the plane learning the playbook at San Francisco. There's no way.
Or Mayfield, who had an offensive coordinator that came out of McVay's system when he went to the Rams.
Well, I did say that to a Packers fan. Well, they have Xavier McKinney back there. He's going to help them out. I was like, what, during the play? Come on. You know, if he does make an impact, that's great. That's great.
Paul Jones, good one. Rodgers didn't care if they lost. His ass wasn't giving up that sack.
Oh, yeah, you saw the play. He got that ball out fast. He was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Well, J.J. McCarthy is starting. It won't be Max Brosmer. And his last start was pretty damn good before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him either.
No, he's not great, but he was better than Max Brosmer, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. What, net 3 yards? That's great. And win? That's got to be a record, right? No, you told me a record. Oh, it was a record. Okay.
No.
Can you tell me there's somebody in negative?
Yeah, there's a record for a loss.
Yeah.
That was Justin Fields in week 4, where all 3 of us on this panel had more net passing yards than he had because he had -10.
Right. There you go. -10. I remember that. Yep. Wow. Well, you know what? Diggs, he did this at a Diddy party. I mean, what do you expect? A lot of shit happens there, man. A lot of shit happens there.
Oh gosh.
So what are your takeaways and your prediction for Sunday's game with us?
I personally, I think we're losing.
Yep.
I do, just because of the loss of Penei Sewell. I think that one's too big for us to overcome after losing Kirby for the season, after losing Branch for the season, losing Terrion Arnold for the season. And everybody bags on Terrion Arnold, but if they actually paid attention after week 5 versus the Bengals, he had that 1 week off due to whatever it was. He became a different cornerback. He didn't commit one penalty. He didn't allow one touchdown, and he never allowed any receiver over 50 yards after that until he got hurt.
I agree.
I think your biggest loss was Branch, though. That guy was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, well,
oh my
the
God.
secondary started getting burnt before that, and it was more when Kirby went out, and that was after week 9. When he went out, he was our defensive captain in the secondary. He was the one that communicated everything, and that's why you saw such discommunication and discord in the secondary.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, just take last week with Pittsburgh and Cleveland. It's a division game, man. Division game. You got the number 1 versus the last place, and the last place kicked the shit out of them.
And you know what's funny is I said the fact is this is still a revenge game for Dan Campbell because he's still pissed because Ben calling he ever called in that divisional championship game versus the Washington Commanders.
Right.
I said, don't be surprised if he pulls out all the stops and somehow we pull it off by a field goal.
Do you think when you guys go for it on 4th down on Sunday, you guys don't get a pre-snap penalty?
Yes.
Yes.
I seen that two 4th downs in a row. You guys have pre-snap penalties. I'm like, this is not like Detroit, man.
But if you actually
Broski.
watch, they were showing Dan Campbell on the sideline, and there's that guy that's by the monitor behind him that was part of the ref crew because he doesn't have the striped shirt, but he had the hat and the stripe on his thing. He actually did this before they even got out of the huddle.
Yeah, I seen that. It's full start. Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. And then you watch, and nobody moves, and false start is called, and we got that 4th down.
Well,
whoa!
Right there, you got to believe.
That?
Right there, with that being seen, everything is being watched. It's amazing.
Come on in, bro. We got room for you.
Yeah, I might have to head out in like 20 minutes. But what up, everybody?
I just love the fact that we can sit here and talk real football, not be shitty with one another.
Nope.
And get down to brass tacks.
Well, we're realists. We're realists. We're not homers, man.
The way Baker Mayfield has played during this awful losing streak, the last 4 in a row for Tampa, I don't know if he snaps out of it. They lost their center for the season when they played Detroit in that loss, and since that loss, they've been 1-8.
Yep, I got Carolina winning by 7.
I say by 4. I'm not as confident because you guys faltered a little bit last week and got smacked around by the Seahawks. You also have an injury to your linebacker core.
Yep.
Woody is shitty with me, man. From Steve.
Well, you're a Packer fan. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we do, broski, and we talk legit. We talk real football. And Baker is injured on his shoulders, and he's dealing with a lingering knee soreness as well. I just wrote the preview, and I said, there it goes. There's a lot that has to go right for the Bucs to win this game.
Yep.
And I wasn't.
Bucky Irvin's going to have to run for 200 yards.
I don't know if you heard this, Woody, but I got picked up by Roundtable.io, and I also write about the Jaguars and the Buccaneers now as well.
You're still a Detroit fan, right?
Oh, yeah. I still do my Detroit stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
David Wyatt says Carolina.
Yep. I got Carolina in a 1-score game.
Well, Woody has no opinion on anything. I just noticed your little tagline down there.
Absolutely not.
We see you occasionally on Ken and Ken. We've seen you on Hollis Hall Report with Ken, Dobie, the Bear fan. I will be a Jaguars fan for the postseason because I know they're making it.
I will be a Broncos fan because my grandparents live in Denver.
Well,
if
I'm
my
going to say why.
Panthers make it, I will still go for my Panthers.
Okay. The reason why I choose an AFC fan for the playoffs is because I refuse to root for another NFC team, regardless of conference division. I will not do it.
Well, you take it a step further than I do. If the Bears aren't in, I don't root for anybody. Anybody against the Eagles. That's it.
And there's 2 teams in the AFC I'll never root for: the Patriots and Chiefs. They have to. I think they can. They can finally take it because Baker is a shell of what he was to start the season.
Yep, absolutely.
He has been making some horrible decision making. Now, granted, the last 2 games they didn't have Tristan Wirfs, but the game before that didn't matter either when they played the Panthers.
Yep.
This game is for all the marbles. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. If Tampa Bay does win, go Falcons.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 100%. 100%, JB. 100%.
Because the Carolina Panthers will be 4-2 in the division.
Yep.
With the loss to the Tampa Bay. So congratulations. You guys swept Atlanta. You split with the Saints?
No, we got swept.
Okay.
And if Green Bay wins this weekend, they'll be what, 4-1 in the division this year, after being 1-5 last year.
Wow.
If they win this week, they're 5-1 in the division.
Five,
Right?
Has
5-1. I mean.
anybody gone 0
They didn't.
in?
Yeah, because they got to lose to Minnesota to be 4-2.
I wonder if anybody is like 0-4 in the division this year. Let me look.
There's nobody in our division that's an 0-for. All of us have at least one win.
Yeah, I know, Steve. It's 5-1 if they win. Jesus
If
Christ.
they win. I picked Minnesota because fuck the Packers.
Wow.
Love you, Steve. Love you, Vinny.
Yep. Well, at least they can. They're realists too. I mean, when I go on to the Packer backer show, it's just Caleb's a bust. He can do the best in the league and stuff like that. He'll still be a bust. And I mean, I'm not sold on him yet because yes, he makes the big throws, right? He makes the big throws. I want him to make the important throws. Wide open.
I missed when Steve's name on YouTube was Steve Israel. Yeah, like LA Knight.
Oh, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Caleb missed a wide open Loveland last week, and a wide open Doonervey that would have been a touchdown as well. So,
David Wyatt, I admit I'm a homer.
I'm not a homer.
I'll tell you what. The guy that didn't believe me when I said I see at least 10 wins, I said anywhere from 8 or more wins and possibly even I said second in the division because I was still on my Lions homerism prior to the season. I will not lie. Was I not, Woody? I said I could see you guys getting second place this year. Right off the rip.
Can you guys guess the 3 teams that are 0-for in their division?
Jets.
Yes.
Titans.
Yes.
And I think the other one is Arizona.
Yes.
Boy, that wasn't hard.
Nope.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
They need to go quarterback, I think, the Cardinals.
Well, we're at the end of our show, actually, David.
Yeah.
Next time I'll let you in because we only go an hour. And it's at the end of the show. But if you want to come in Wednesday night, you shoot me a message on Facebook. Jeremy Ballrick. You can find me in everywhere on Facebook. Smoking Jeremy B on Twitter. Shoot me a message, and I will let you come on the NFL Fan Cave, the NFL Roundtable Talks on Wednesdays when I let fans of every team in here.
Yep, you'll see me.
We're facing the Bears, and Will is a pseudo Lions fan / Panthers. He's originally a Panthers fan. Yes, 100% he does. He's so bad that they're going to let their UDFA.
Before you get off, is it true that if Minnesota wins, everybody's 500 in our division?
They'll be above 500.
So everybody's above 500 if Minnesota wins.
If we win versus you,
okay.
And they win versus the Packers, because we're both 8-8. We're both 500 right now.
Gotcha.
17 games. You can't be 500.
Yeah, I know.
I think the Bears are going to win. I said that already. I think it's going to be a hard. I think it's going to be a hard fought game. Don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody's blowing anybody out.
Yeah, I'll give my prediction Sunday on House Hall Report. I got to think more about it.
I will be there with you because Mike invited me.
There you go.
Nice.
And I'm going to give my honest opinion. I don't think we win this game. I think Penei Sewell being out. I think Penei Sewell being out is the biggest injury off of this current version of the Lions.
Yep.
I have no opinion. I have none at all.
Yep.
But thank you, Woody.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me on.
As I always say to end my shows, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts within you. Much love to everybody in the chat, regardless what fan base you're a part of. But you know what? Just for Woody, because he's here, let's do the breakdown of the division. Because everybody loves the way I do this. There we are at 8-8 in the bottom of the division after a Thanksgiving loss and losing everything after. because these guys skull fucked us last week. They're 8-8 as well. At 9-6-1, it's FT. Fuck the Packers. And in first place at 11-5, it's fuck the Bears.
Yeah, that's me behind. That's fine.
And we're live out of Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good.
That's great.
Because I work at Brandon's Tires.
There you go.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great evening. Enjoy the Week 18 football as we get ready to go into the playoffs. The Lions won't be there, but you guys can be.
I will be. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you,
All right.
Will. Have a great evening.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.